Philadelphia Stars.
The USFL delivered across the board last weekend with great gameplay, awesome technology, and wild moments. Everybody was so excited. All right, gentlemen, time to break down your favorite play from Week 8. Comes from a familiar face. He keeps popping up with the Philadelphia Stars. Quarterback Case Cookus decided to show off his wheels here. He runs it in himself for a 79-yard score.
Hit the seam, couldn't find anything downfield, Skip. So you know what? Let me show him my 4.5 speed. Maybe not 4.5, but he's fast enough to get to the end zone.
I think he timed in college 4.5.
Really?
So he can.
Yeah.
He can motor.
Well, that's definitely not 4.7 speed. He's faster than 4.7, so he's got legit speed in order to get down the field. There are not very many quarterbacks, not named Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, someone like that can get down the field 79 yards and get a touchdown.
I'm so happy for kids like Case Cookus who are getting some run in what's turning into a really terrific product to watch.
Yes.
Where you can absorb it and say, well, wait a second. He's had some cups of coffee in the NFL.
Right.
Maybe he deserves another shot somewhere.
And plus, Skip, this is auditioning. This is the game. Hey, NFL scouts and managed front office people, they watch these games. Hey, let's bring this guy to camp. Let's see what he got. Let's see if he can do it on this level. Mm-hmm. So, hey, you never know, Skip. You never know who's watching. That's why you always put your best foot forward, especially when you're playing in a game like this.
By the way, speaking of Philadelphia, the Eagles quarterback, Jalen Hurts, isn't quite that fast. Jalen's a better overall runner to me because he can run with such power.
I thought Jalen Hurts ran 4.5.
I don't think he runs that fast.
I think Jalen Hurts faster than what you think. But because he's a long strider, he doesn't look like he's running fast. He doesn't look like Kyler Murray.
Well, it's just like effortless. He's
a glider, yeah.
Speed. He glides through it, and he can also power through it.
That's a big-time run, though. 79 yards for a quarterback.
Yeah, and he wasn't running out any gas at the end of it either.
Cookus definitely has some wheels, guys, that's for sure. All right, Sunday, get ready for a USFL doubleheader. We're starting with the Bandits Breakers at 4 Eastern on Fox. Flip on over after here to FS1, Stars Maulers 7:30 Eastern. USFL football Sunday on Fox and FS1. All right, jumping up to the NFL now. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens reportedly not making much progress in those contract extension talks. As a result, Lamar not attending the Ravens offseason workouts for the first time in his career. Is this a big sign of trouble? Shannon, what do you think's going on here?
The Deshaun Watson contract changed everything for quarterbacks moving forward. That's going to be the standard. 230 guaranteed. That's where it is. And Lamar Jackson says, hold on, I have something that Deshaun Watson doesn't have. I have a unanimous MVP of the league.
Yep.
So that's the starting point from where I'm trying to be. You heard his owner, Steve Bisciotti, said, man, what have you done? Cleveland, what have you done? Do you
He did not like it.
No.
He voiced his displeasure.
Yeah, he's like, do you realize what you've done?
Yep.
Do you realize all these young quarterbacks, Skip? My quarterback, I don't care what the Chargers with Herbert. I don't care what Cincinnati with Joe Burrow. I don't care about those guys. Kyler Murray. I'm talking about my quarterback. My quarterback has something they don't have, an MVP. So how the hell can I get around not paying him at least $230 million guaranteed? And he doesn't have, you gave a guy $230 and we know what's circulating around him. Why would you do, Skip? All the other 31 owners are looking at Jimmy and D Haslam like, what have you done? Do you realize the Pandora's box? Do you realize the can of worms that you've opened? They're like, oh, they got to do with us. We trying to get what you guys got. Steve, you got a Super Bowl. You got trophies in that case. We don't have a trophy in that case. We have NFC champion. We have NFL title, but we want a Super Bowl. And we believe this guy, so that's what you had to do. And what they're at is, Skip, I think Lamar missed, 5 games this year? And the Ravens are thinking, hold on, Lamar, the type of quarterback, the style of quarterback that you play, you're going to be susceptible for injuries moving forward. Mm-hmm. And do I really want to be on the hook for a guy that's injured and I still got to pay him $200+ million? So it's kind of like a Zion situation, Skip.
Is.
And,
I agree.
we almost had David Griffin said, that's easy. It's not a very tough decision, but we need parameters in order to protect ourselves from a guy. So it is not an easy decision. No. This is not easy. Everybody's going, well, it's Lamar Jackson. Hey, no, it's not. Because of his style of play, Skip, leads him to, get nicked. And I think that's why Lamar is not in camp. Lamar's like, well, bro, y'all know what my asking price is. Whatever Deshaun got, let's start from there. And we'll incrementally go up from there. But that's where we're starting. We're not starting underneath that. We're starting at that.
Okay, I will remind you as an ex-Raven, you're not completely sold on Lamar as a thrower of the football.
No. And that's my only thing, the consistency and the accuracy in which he throws the football. I think he's a phenomenal player. I don't believe you can win a championship unless he can get better at throwing the football.
I'm actually a bigger fan of Lamar than you have been. I'm sold. I think when he's in rhythm, he can throw darts. And yet, now you're asking the Baltimore Ravens, who don't do these kinds of deals. This isn't their way. This isn't their nature. This isn't how they built their foundation, was to way overpay for the quarterback. You won a championship in Baltimore with Trent Dilfer as your quarterback.
Well, you see what happened, Skip. They way overpaid for Joe Flacco, and it ruined them.
Yeah, it did.
They way overpaid him.
Yeah,
I mean,
he couldn't stand up in the regular season to what he did in those postseasons when he was all-world.
You made Joe Flacco at one point the highest-paid quarterback, Skip. And so when you do that, now you make this kid the highest-paid quarterback.
And then to your point, it's diminishing returns on the back end because the more he does what he does, the more he's going to get banged up.
Yes.
I don't want to even say hurt, but he's going to get banged up. And he's going to miss some games here or there because it's going to be mounting over time. It's going to be cumulative buildup of wear and tear on his body. Now for the final X factor. He's the first high-profile player I can ever remember who is negotiating for himself.
Yeah.
I think his mom's helping him some.
Yes.
But you know and I know, we've been through these things before. I was taught from the start, you need a representative, even though it's going to cost you a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what the NFL agents are taking.
Probably 2 to 3%.
2 to 3, but we're talking about, Lamar's...
2 to 3% on $200 million, a lot of money.
How about that?
A lot of money.
So Lamar's saying, I can do this myself. The problem with it is that emotions come into play because you have to sit down with your GM or maybe even your owner face-to-face, and your owner has to express to you across the table his misgivings about you, right? His issues.
You're not Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
You're not Justin Herbert. You're not Joe Burrow.
You got to hear it eye-to-eye, face-to-face.
And it's one thing when because your agent's going to soften the blow. He's going to say, well, they're being a little dumb, but I can get them to come around here. Yeah. But when that guy's sitting across from you and he's telling you your flaws, you're like, hold on, wait a minute, bro.
What?
You? That's what you think of me? That's why take the emotion out of it. That's why you pay somebody, Skip, you pay somebody for your face. Bro, I don't want to hear that. Because I'm looking at you different. When somebody tells you all the things that you can't do, it's different. Trust me. That's why when you hear something on tape, when people hear things on tape and someone's speaking freely and they hear it on tape, it hurts. Yep. Because you didn't expect to hear that from Skip. That's what I want to think of me? He don't think I'm good at Patrick Mahomes? I ain't good at Justin Herbert? Really? Nah.
So clearly, bottom line, Lamar wants them just to rubber stamp a deal and give him, I don't know, $240 million.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It's the price you have to pay.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And I'm sure Steve Bisciotti's saying, I can't. That's too rich for my blood.
Skip, what do you do?
I don't know.
What do you do?
You know what? This is just me. Bottom line, it's how I feel about Zion. You just have to close your eyes and plunge on it. You just have to bite down and just say, I got to do this. He's that good.
And go to church every day and pray. Please don't let him get nicked. Please.
Well, that's it.
You got to.
It's not a comfortable situation. No.
Not when you have a salary cap like that. All right, guys. Did we just get another sign the Lakers are indeed going to hold on to Russell Westbrook? We'll give you the latest coming up next on Undisputed.